Hi guys, 1 second. Anyway, YouTube, good day and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review.
You never record anything when I go.
Thank you.
You're like, you should have said that.
Thank you guys. You know what? I just read the write-up to this beer to my wife, and she is right. I didn't have the camera going. And a lot of times she'll say something, and I'm like, you should have said that on camera. And the camera just wasn't going because she hadn't said it. She let the camera end before she went off. This time she went off when it could have been recorded, but I wasn't recording. This is from Decew Falls Brewing Company. It is 32K IPA and it's 6.5% alcohol by volume. Thank you, Brian, for sending this. This means that this is a beer from J.W. Woodruff. And over here, it does not say J.W. Woodruff. It says Jamie Woodruff this time. Ingredients, water, barley, hops, and yeast. Anyway, here's the write-up. And here's the...
I think he changed it to J.W. so he sounded more prime ministry.
So again, these guys are in St. Catharines. 220 people have tapped this beer in. None of them are my friends, which is weird because this is from the Niagara region. And a 3.74 is the overall weighted so far. Anyway, braving the wilds of the Niagara Escarpment in 1813, Laura Secord walked alone for 32 kilometers. Then was guided further by Cayuga Nation's warriors. She arrived at Decew House to warn the British of an impending attack. Our beermaster taps into the same tenacity to convey this bold IPA. So the question is...
What tenacity? Did you follow the fucking path of Laura Secord in the middle of the fucking night to warn the British of the impending attack?
Well, you're right? So how did you tap into Laura Secord's tenacity on this? Was there Cayuga warriors actually leading you around? Did they take you to Decew House? Did you do a 32-kilometer hike all by your lonesome? Or did you sit in a basement and design a beer on a beer app? Like how? I think this is the thing that bothers me. Okay, so they've made some really good beers. They really have. But two beers in particular have really bothered me. And one was, the last one we talked about, we have tapped into this tenacity, and it was the tenacity of the Underground Railroad.
Oh yeah, that was bothersome too. Again,
and then this one. These are the only two that have actually bothered me with these speeches, but I don't understand the tenacity that you like.
Not to mention, why is it you keep trying to detract from and make beer about strong, independent women who have fucking done some great shit in their lives and paved some great paths? Why can't you find some fucking lame-ass man in history to do this shit with? Those women didn't drink beer. I almost fucking guarantee it.
So, my wife has gone off. Even here you see the silhouette of somebody walking through the wilderness. So again, I'm just a little...
Penis.
There was no penis.
As I said, not somebody with a penis. So keep your tenacity to yourself. Because your tenacity and her tenacity are two very different fucking things.
Oh, what makes you think that Jamie is not a woman?
Oh, she could be a woman. How many female brewmasters are there in the...
There's not a lot, but look at how Jamie's spelled.
Niagara.
That's where I'm...
Yeah, that doesn't mean shit this day and age.
No, I know it... A little bit of haze. I don't know.
I mean, it could be why they keep...
Nice amber color.
Picking women, saying they could match these women's tenacity. These women.
There is a snap, crackle, pop on there.
Impressive shit.
Again, I just think just make a IPA though. You don't have to piggyback on this part of history.
On the accomplishments of people that you can't hope to ever match, male or female.
So my wife is going further than I am on any of this. She usually does. She people think I'm the one that's a little loose. And, yeah. I love you, Alicia.
Uh-huh.
I like the look of the beer. I don't like the story behind it. I like the can art. I think it would just be like, hey, we used Niagara botanicals or something like that. Use all Niagara. You can tell the story. I think the thing that bothered me isn't the story itself. It's our brewmaster tapped into the tenacity how did you tap into that tenacity? What in your life have you done that needed you to brave the wilderness for 32 kilometers when there was nothing? There was
practically saved a nation and won a war. And you made a beer. There's a distinct fucking difference there. Distinct.
And again, that's my only complaint here is just that factor itself. Sent to the beer, because the people at Decew Falls have already turned this off. Smells like almost every IPA made in Canada.
If we ever go to Niagara Falls again, I have to go visit a brewery?
Yes.
Okay.
Sweet, piney, grapefruit. It smells like an IPA. I mean, it does. It smells like what it's supposed to be. I don't know how tenacious you had to be to make a beer style that's been being made for like 15 years by every brewery in Canada. But hey, cheers. It tastes like an IPA. Like, there's nothing special about this. I think that's the other thing, right? You're tapping into this thing, this history-making moment, and you're tapping into the tenacity of this history-making moment. And then the beer is on par with every other beer made of this style for the most part. I mean, it's a solid IPA. It is. It's a solid IPA. If you like IPAs, 32K IPA is a solid rendition of the beer. It's 6.5% alcohol and doesn't taste like that, so I guess you could say it's a very, very dangerous beer. Like, that was a very, very dangerous trek. A nice malty forefront. Nice malty forefront. Little bit of licorice, and when I say licorice, I'm talking North American licorice, candy, red licorice for you Europeans. Little bit of licorice, a little bit of pine, a little bit of grapefruit, and actually a tiny touch of orange. It really is a well-balanced IPA as well, but it's still an IPA made with what tastes like a lot of the exact same hops that everybody's using at this time. It looks like an IPA that's made by almost every brewery at this time. It smells like an IPA that's been made by almost every brewery in Ontario, in Saskatchewan, in Manitoba, in Quebec over the last couple decades. Holy shit. Yeah, the first craft breweries came in the 90s, so like late 90s. So yeah, a couple decades now. Holy fuck. I am old. There's nothing wrong with it. There isn't. I'm bothered by the story. Not even being bothered by the story, if I'm being 100% honest, which I don't even know why I keep saying that. It's a bit of speech that pisses me off when people say it, and I keep saying it. It's a well-balanced, well-made IPA. It really is. But is it something that's showing the tenacity of saving a nation? Not really. And I mean, that's the thing. I'm tapping in. This is like me saying, he has reviewed over 5,000 beers. He's tapping into the tenacity of Edison when he made the first light bulb. Like, what the... Like... There's nothing earth-moving about what I'm doing. There's nothing earth-moving about this beer. But I will give it a 7. I'd buy it again. Anyway, guys, thank you. Bye.